Hello students, how are you all? We are back again on your favorite learning platform, Learn Forward by Feathercap. Today we are going to study Chapter 1, that is the economic activities. We are going to study a story which is about the town of prosperity. In a little town nestled between green hills and flowing rivers, there lived a community that thrived on economic activities. Imagine this town as a big puzzle where every person and every action was a piece that fit together to create something wonderful, the local economy. Let's meet Sarah, a farmer's daughter. Every morning, she would help her family plant potato seeds in the fertile soil. Now, these seeds would grow into healthy potatoes, which were later sold to a crisp factory. The factory turned these potatoes into delicious chips that were packaged and sent to faraway lands, making the town known for its tasty snacks. Now, imagine Tim, who loved crafting. He would spend hours creating beautiful handicrafts, handmade items like pottery and woven basket. Now, these crafts were not just pretty, they were a part of town's rich cultural heritage. People from far and near would buy Tim's creations, supporting his small business and adding to the local economy. In the heart of the town, there was a bustling market where people purchased goods and services, whether it was buying fresh vegetables from the farmers or getting a haircut at a local salon. Every transaction added a piece of to the economic puzzle. Now, what is an economic activity? An activity that contributes to generation of income is a economic activity. How does the story illustrates the connection between traditional practices and the town's cultural heritage? They are talking about Tim, who was very fond of crafting, so he used to spend creating beautiful handicrafts, which was basically not only helping him earn a lot of money, but it was passing on the town's cultural heritage. Explained by the market in the town is essential for its economic activities. A market in the town is really important because it helps in promote a lot of economy and a lot of occupations which help people to have a sustainable livelihood. Now let's start with the chapter. It talks about a lot of economic activities, right? Any action that supports the economy, as I told you in the first answer, that any activity that supports the economy is an economic activity. Since economies are composed of wide varieties of activity, the development of an economy varies from nation to nation, right? So which kind of economic activity are there? Is purchasing a bag of chips considered an economic activity? And what drives nation to construct the economics in a particular way? So economy is a region, right? Collective resources and management of those resources. Your city, your neighborhood, your household all have their own economies who are collectively known as the local economy. However, economics are typically measured on a national scale, a country's pool resources. On a national scale, economic activity is collection of actions aimed at increasing the country's wealth through whatever available. Now, stated differently, everything that adds to an economy is considered an economic activity. Anything that is contributing to the growth and the growth economically, like money wise, that is economic activity. Selling potato seeds to grow potatoes for export to other countries so that they can make a market of pack of crisp in an easy way to do this. The service and research sectors are more common and generate significantly higher incomes in more developed nations. Economic activities are actions that involve the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services at all levels within a society. Generally, more the happening of economic activities happening in a place, the more economically developed that place is likely to be. And economic development is directly related to how people live, the quality of their health, care, education, freedom, and determination, living standards, and so forth. So, economic activity is extremely important. Economic activities in a locality form the foundation of livelihood and prosperity of the resident. The diverse range of occupation encompasses traditional practices like agriculture, animal husbandry, handicrafts, which reflects a rich cultural heritage. Along with this, there are more commercial activities like there are many commercial activities in which help in the growth of the economy. See, all these economic activities, they are contributing in a lot of ways. Countries, they have primary industries. Economic activities are distributed in certain patterns within countries and within cities. And economic activity are distributed the way for a reason. The distribution of economic activities is influenced by social context and gender roles, with certain occupation being gender specific and guided by tradition. अगर हम काम देखें कि रूरल एरिया में एग्रीकल्चर जो है ज़्यादा जो है एक जेंडर स्पेसिफिक ज़्यादा काम कौन करता है, फीमेल्स काम करती हैं, राइट. फिशिंग में भी ना यू विल फाइंड अ लॉट ऑफ फीमेल्स इन्वॉल्व. So it is gender specific also. So now we are going to understand how is economic activities defined and what is the distribution of economic activity. Now let us understand what is social stratification. Social stratification क्या होता है? Social stratification जो है एक fundamental aspect होता है society का, which shapes the opportunity resources available to different individual. Now it is based on the factors such as caste, ethnicity and social class, which determines one position in the social hierarchy. This hierarchical arrangement often leads to the association of certain occupation with specific social group. For example, historically, certain professions like medicine and law were dominated by upper class, while lower class individuals were limited to manually. तो पहले ऐसे होता था, अब चेंज हो रहा है, बट पहले ऐसे चलता था. ये जो अनइक्वल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन था इकोनॉमिक अपॉर्चुनिटीज का और रिसोर्सेज का, वो सोशल स्ट्रैटिफिकेशन पर बेस्ड था, एंड इट इज नोन एज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी ऑन अ सोशल बेसिस. नाउ it is influenced by factors like income level, education, race, ethnicity, gender, and socio-demographic characteristics. Now, we have a lot of disparities in income and wealth. There are people who are very rich, there are people who are not that rich, the people who are average income generators, there are people who are very poor. So let's understand why this disparity is there, what all it leads to, and how can this be plugged. When you look around yourself, it is obvious that some people are richer than others. कई लोग इतने जो यहाँ से बहुत ज़्यादा लोग रिच हैं, कई बहुत पुअर हैं. क्या ये टाइम से चेंज हो रहा है? कोई डिफरेंस है इनकम और वेल्थ के अंदर? आप सारी खुशी जो है ना पैसे से नहीं खरीद सकते हो, बट पैसे से आपको वो जो बेसिक चीज़ें खरीदते हैं वो आप पैसे से ही खरीदते हो. इनकम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन क्या होता है? इट इज़ द स्मूथनेस और इक्वालिटी विद विच इनकम इज डेल्ट आउट अमंग मेंबर्स ऑफ अ सोसाइटी. इफ एवरीवन अर्न्स एग्जैक्टली द सेम अमाउंट ऑफ मनी, देन द इनकम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन इज परफेक्टली इक्वल. अगर सब लोग एक ही टाइप ऑफ इनकम लेके आ रहे हैं घर पर, देन इट इज इक्वल. बट इफ नो वन अर्न्स any money except for one person who earns all the money, then the income distribution is skewed, it is unequal. Usually, however, society's income distribution falls somewhere in the middle between equal and unequal. तो ये एक चार्ट है, एक ग्राफ है जो चलता है. पर ये हम मेजर कैसे करते हैं? इकोनॉमिक्स जो होते हैं ना, इसको मेजर करते हैं हाउ मच इनकम इज अर्न बाय डिफरेंट सेगमेंट्स ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर हम ब्रेक करते हैं ऑल द वर्कर्स इनटू 5 सेगमेंट्स इन टर्म्स ऑफ हाउ मच मनी दे मेक, टॉप 20%, सेकंड 20%, थर्ड 20%, फोर्थ 20% and bottom 20%. We obtain data on how much money they make. We can create a chart detailing how much income each segment earns out to of the total income of all workers. The bigger the difference in the segment, the greater the income inequality. तो अगर इनके हम 5 सेगमेंट बनाते हैं और इनके डिफरेंस देखें, अगर वो जो डिस्पैरिटी है वो ज़्यादा है, इसका मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा इनइक्वालिटी है. Income distribution is a society. In this society is characterized by significant disparities. The country has a diverse population with varying levels of income. वो varying level of income बहुत सारे रीजन है. उनकी पढ़ाई पे डिपेंड करता है, वो कितना एडुकेट है, उनके ऑक्यूपेशन पे डिपेंड करता है, उनकी लोकेशन पे डिपेंड करता है, उनकी सोशियल इकोनॉमिक बैकग्राउंड पे डिपेंड करता है. नाउ यू आर अ PhD, right? But you are putting up in a rural area or a area which is not very progressive. So what kind of opportunities will you get in that particular area? Or you are a skilled person, but you are putting up in an area wherein there are no industries, no factories, no jobs. So what will you do? And maybe maybe you're not very educated also. So it may vary. So किस पे depend करता है income disparity, inequality? Education, occupation, location, social, economic background. तो ये चीजें हैं. इसके बेसिस पे हमारे पास 3 कैटेगरीज है जो मेजर निकल के आती है. हाई इनकम ग्रुप वो लोग होते हैं, ये बहुत स्मॉल परसेंटेज होता है पॉपुलेशन का, बट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट शेयर होता है इनका टोटल इनकम में. इनमें इंडिविजुअल्स आते हैं जो हाई सैलरी जॉब वाले होते हैं, बिजनेस ओनर्स होते हैं, प्रोफेशनल्स होते हैं, हाई नेट वर्थ इंडिविजुअल्स होते हैं. जो मिडिल इनकम ग्रुप वाले लोग होते हैं, ये लार्जर पॉपुलेशन को केटर करते हैं. ये जो इंडिविजुअल्स होते हैं, इनकी स्टेबल जॉब्स होती हैं, जैसे एजुकेशन में, हेल्थ केयर में, गवर्नमेंट सर्विसेज में, मिडिल लेवल मैनेजमेंट इन प्राइवेट कंपनीज. तो ये मिडिल इनकम ग्रुप वाले लोग हो गए. फिर आपका आ गया लो इनकम ग्रुप. लो इनकम ग्रुप जो है, इसमें बहुत सारे सब्सटैंशियल पार्ट ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन इसमें आता है. इसमें लोअर पेइंग जॉब्स वाले लोग होते हैं जो जो कि इनफॉर्मल सेक्टर में काम करते हैं, इनमें लोग या तो एग्रीकल्चर, स्मॉल बिजनेस और मैनुअल लेबर पे डिपेंडेंट है। फिर आता है आपका बीपीएल, बीपीएल स्टैंड्स फॉर बिलो पॉवर्टी लाइन। ये जो होते हैं, डिस्पाइट वेरियस पॉवर्टी एलिविएशन प्रोग्राम, गवर्नमेंट जो करती है बहुत कोशिश करती है कि लोग बीपीएल के नीचे ना जाएं, बीपीएल से ऊपर ही रहें, पॉवर्टी वाली लाइन से नीचे ना जाएं, बट फिर भी बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो पॉवर्टी के बीपीएल के नीचे ही रहते हैं। दीज इंडिविजुअल्स स्ट्रगल टू मीट द बेसिक नीड्स ऑफ फूड, शेल्टर एंड हेल्थ केयर। और ये जो इंडिविजुअल्स हैं, they are not able to cater to even the basic necessities of life. They have a life full of struggle. Now let's understand this. This is very alarming, but let's study this. According to a study, the global distribution of wealth is extremely important and it is very uneven. In fact, the wealthiest 1%, आप देखिए जो wealthiest 1% है वर्ल्ड की population, owns more wealth than the rest of the 99% combined. Very ironical, but yes, that's true. 8% जनता जो बहुत ज़्यादा wealthiest है, it owns more wealth than the remaining 98% population. This startling statistic highlights the significant disparities in wealth distribution on a global scale, emphasizing the need for discussion and actions aimed at addressing income inequality and promoting more equitable economic opportunities. अगर ऐसा हो रहा है तो क्या है, सोशल, अगर इनकम डिस्पैरिटी है तो क्या खत्म हो रहा है, सोशल कोहेशन खत्म हो रहा है, ठीक है। किस चीज को प्रमोट करता है, पॉलिटिकल पोलराइजेशन को प्रमोट करता है, ये सारी, और जो इनकम इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ है वो कम होगी अगर इतनी डिस्पैरिटी होगी ना। इट ऑल्सो डिपेंड्स ऑन जोग्राफिकल लोकेशन, द इकोनॉमिक अपॉर्चुनिटीज एंड एक्टिविटीज इन अर्बन। अब ये जो है आपकी जो अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं वो अर्बन और रूरल में अलग होंगी। अब क्यों अलग होंगी, लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड दैट। अर्बन एरियाज जो है आपको ज़्यादा अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ देते हैं, प्रोफेशनल सर्विसेज देते हैं, टेक्नोलॉजी वाइज बहुत अपग्रेडेड होते हैं, तो टेक्नोलॉजी रिलेटेड जॉब्स मिल जाएंगी, हायर पेइंग जॉब्स मिल जाएंगी। अगर हम बात करें रूरल एरियाज की, तो यहाँ पर दे विल बी फोकस्ड ऑन एग्रीकल्चर एंड ट्रेडिशनल इंडस्ट्रीज। तो अगर हम देखें, एक चार्ट बनाएं अर्बन एरियाज का और रूरल एरियाज का, तो डिफरेंस क्या है, अर्बन और रूरल में डिफरेंस क्या है। पहला तो ग्रोथ अपॉर्चुनिटीज, इसमें मोर अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, इसमें हमारे पास लेस अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, राइट। इसमें लेस अपॉर्चुनिटीज क्यों है, बिकॉज यहाँ पे वी हैव higher paying jobs, we have more range of professional jobs and more technologically related, but here people are only and only based on agriculture and farming, इस वजह से। then if we say urban areas provide more diverse and highest paying job opportunities, इसमें diversity है, इसमें diversity नहीं है, because यहाँ पे डाइवर्सिटी क्यों नहीं है, बिकॉज यहाँ पे हमें दूसरे कामों में लोग लगे होते हैं, सिर्फ या सोर्स ऑफ इनकम जो है बहुत कम है। तो अर्बन एरियाज में डाइवर्स और हाई पेइंग जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं, रूरल एरिया में एग्रीकल्चर और मैनुअल रिलेटेड जॉब्स रहती हैं। जो मेजर फैक्टर्स हैं, जैसे इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, मार्केट एक्सेस है, रिसोर्स अवेलेबिलिटी है, ये दिस ऑल्सो कंट्रीब्यूट्स टू द differences. Now, urban areas benefit from a larger population, better infrastructure, which support a wider range of economic activities, including manufacturing, trade, services, and technology-related industries. In contrast, rural areas primarily rely on agriculture, animal husbandry, and forestry for their livelihoods. Additionally, the urban-rural divide also affects the gender roles, with rural women being involved in agriculture compared to urban women who have more formal employment opportunities. Now, आप जैसे imagine करिए, एक lady है, वो rural area में रही है, she is not highly educated, and she is working in a farm, right, just supporting her family to sustain the livelihood from, maybe it is just sustaining their daily bread needs. But if you see a lady who is putting up in an urban area, she's earning in lakhs, right, per month. So obviously there's a difference, because in urban area she's educated, she has more opportunities, her lifestyle is different, her style of living is different, and she is getting everything, because of which she is contributing to the economic growth, and she's earning also well. So this is different. Now if we talk of gender roles, so traditional societies हैं, उसमें gender का बहुत major influence होता है distribution of economic activities में। कुछ जैसे जेंडर बेस्ड इनकम डिस्पैरिटीज जो होती हैं वो इंडिया में बहुत ज़्यादा है, स्पेशली जो मेन है ना, दे अर्न मोर ड्यू टू अनइक्वल एक्सेस ऑफ एजुकेशन एंड जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज। अगर हम बात करें कि इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं मेल्स और फीमेल्स को, अभी भी बहुत सारे ऐसे एरियाज हैं वहाँ जहाँ पर फीमेल्स को इतनी एजुकेशन की अपॉर्चुनिटीज नहीं मिलती हैं। अगर हम हिस्टोरिकली देखें, मेन हैव डोमिनेटेड dominated heavy industry, construction, and STEM fields, जैसे science में, technology में, engineering and math में. Although this is changing now, but yes, in the past it was like this. Women have been concentrated in education, healthcare and social services, but there is a gradual shift towards gender inclusivity. Certain economic activities and are traditionally considered suitable for men, such as agriculture and carpentry. Males के लिए रखा गया. Women are basically ना confined to the household chores and like cooking and child care. तो ये जो division होता है, इससे ना difference आता है women empowerment पे. और हमें क्या करना चाहिए, बिकॉज अभी जो है people are not only concentrating on the activities which should be gender based, right? Everybody is being given equal kind of platform, especially the women, which definitely helps in women empowerment. Now, caste-based occupation. In some societies, certain artisanal skills and professions have been traditionally associated with specific castes. These skills are often passed down from generation within particular caste communities. For example, in India, professions like pottery, leather work, and metal work have been historically linked for specific caste. Now, let's talk of prestigious occupation. Social stratification can lead to stratification of occupation based on prestige. Some professions, such as doctors, engineers, or government officials, may be perceived as more prestigious and desirable, leading to higher demand for these occupations within certain social groups. Efforts to address social stratification to promote social inclusion often involve providing equal opportunities for skill development and education irrespective of one's social background. तो हम कह रहे हैं कि आप इनकम में जो disparities है इसको कैसे किल कर सकते हैं. We provide universal services to everyone. Then second, we also provide universal right to na proper education also. Now let's come to education and skill levels. This division in the labor market based on education and skills is a result of various factors. अब education और skill से कैसे ये affect हो रहा है. अगर आप highly educated हो और आपको बहुत knowledge और expertise है तो obviously आप अच्छे professions को grab कर सकते हो. इससे आपकी knowledge है वो contribute करेगी. ऐसे बहुत सारे sectors हैं जैसे हेल्थ केयर है, टेक्नोलॉजी है, प्रोफेशनल सर्विसेज है. आपको हायर वेजेस मिलेंगी, बेटर जॉब मिलेंगी. अगर हम बात करें जो लिमिटेड फॉर्मल एजुकेशन लेके आते हैं, जो कोई बहुत लिमिटेड स्किल ट्रेनिंग लेके आते हैं, उनके पास कम अपॉर्चुनिटीज होते हैं और ज़्यादातर वो एग्रीकल्चर, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग या मैनुअल लेबर वाला काम करते हैं. ये जो स्ट्रक्चर है, ये जो सेक्टर्स हैं, दे मे रिक्वायर फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथ और बेसिक स्किल रादर देन स्पेशलाइज्ड नॉलेज. सो इफ वी टॉक ऑफ दीज थ्री सेक्टर्स, manual labor may not require any kind of knowledge, may require your physical strength. However, it is important to note that division is not absolute, as there are exceptions and individuals can acquire skills through experience or alternative pathways. Now let's talk of race and ethnicity. These dynamics can perpetuate inequalities and limit the upward mobility of minority groups. Now, for instance, limited access to education and capital may result in participation in high-paying industries or entrepreneurial ventures. Consequently, minority groups may find themselves overrepresented in low-wage jobs or informal sectors. This concentration can further reinforce the economic divide between majority and minority groups, hindering social progress and exacerbating income equality. तो इससे क्या है, income equality जो है और खराब होती है, right? To address these disparities, it is crucial to implement policies that promote equal access to education, financial resources, and opportunities for minority groups, fostering a more inclusive and equitable economic landscape. ये बहुत important है. तो हम इस gap को ये जो income disparity है, inequality है, इसको plug कैसे करेंगे? हर बंदे को अगर एक्सेस हो प्रॉपर एजुकेशन का, फाइनेंशियल रिसोर्सेज का और अपॉर्चुनिटीज हो माइनॉरिटी ग्रुप को, तो ये गैप प्लग हो जाएगा. नाउ इज सीजनल डिपेंडेंस. Seasonal factors, they play a significant role in the economic activities of certain localities, especially with agriculture-based economics. Planting, harvesting, livestock management, they are closely tied to specific seasons, shaping the agricultural calendar, influencing economic activities in rural areas. Additionally, tourism season can also impact economic fluctuation in certain regions. Tourist destination may witness a surge in economic activity during peak months, but experience a slowdown during the off season. तो ऑफ सीजन में टूरिस्ट जो है का एकदम से स्लम आ जाता है. ये जो सीजनल वेरिएशंस है इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी में, इससे फ्लक्चुएशंस आते हैं इनकम जनरेशन में, एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज में, अल्टीमेटली affecting the overall economic well-being of the local community. Now let's come to the influence of tradition and culture. Local custom, tradition, and cultural practices have a profound influence of the distribution of economic activities within a locality. Festivals and cultural events often give rise to economic activities related to the preparation and sale of festive goods, crafts, and traditional food items. Now is the innovation technology. Localities with access to technology and research institutions may have economic activities that involve innovation and technology driven enterprises. तो जो भी technology से related है वो institution may have economic activities which are involve innovation and technology driven enterprises. Now effort to improve education and skill development facilitates in underserved areas and help bridge the economic gap and create more diversified and sustainable economic opportunities for the local population. ये जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है ना इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी को, इसको बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स जो है पॉइंट इन करते हैं, जैसे सोशल, कल्चरल और जेंडर रिलेटेड डायनेमिक्स. ये जो फैक्टर हैं दे हेल्प इन शेपिंग द इकोनॉमिक लैंडस्केप एंड डिटरमिन द लेवल ऑफ इंक्लूसिविटी एंड सस्टेनेबिलिटी इन अ कम्युनिटी. Understanding this complexity is essential for promoting economic development that benefits all the member society and address issues such as gender equality, social stratification, regional disparities. To achieve this, policy interventions and initiatives should prioritize skill development, education, and equal opportunities for individuals or background. It is important to recognize these patterns and it may vary depending on the socio-economic context of a region. Consequently, efforts to address disparities, economic opportunity, and access are a focal point of numerous social and economic policies worldwide. Now, this was all about the chapter. Now, let us come to the question and answers. What is the fundamental aspect of society shaping opportunities and resources? This is social stratification. How is income equality often measured by economists? By measuring the difference between different income segments. What does the term urban-rural divide refer to? The political divide between urban and rural communities. Now, in the context of gender roles, which sector do rural women often find employment in? It is the agriculture. Then, what is the key factor influencing the distribution of economic activities based on education and skill? It is in case it is based on economic activities, it is the income distribution. How do social customs and tradition influence economic activities in a locality? They basically shape the type of products produced. Then next question is, what is the impact of technology and research institution on economic activities? They may result in technology driven enterprises. Now let's come to true false. Income distribution refers to the equality with which wealth is dealt out among members of society. Yes. Urban areas usually provide more diverse and higher paying job opportunities compared to rural areas. Yes. Gender-based income disparity persists in India due to unequal access of education and job. Now, gender-based income disparity persists in India due to equal access to education. There is no equal education. Seasonal factors have no significant role in the economic activity. It has, right? The urban-rural divide does not affect gender roles. It does. Economic development should not prioritize skill development in equal opportunities for individual for all develop equal. So economic development should prioritize. So this is again. Now let us come to the fill in the blank. Social stratification is based on factors such as income level, ethnicity, and social class. The unequal distribution of economic opportunity based on social stratification is known as the distribution of economic activities, right? Then next is income distribution is often measured by breaking all the workers into 5 segments, right? The country has a diverse population with varying levels of income attributed to factors such as education, occupation, and location. The dash group includes individuals with high salary jobs. They are the high income group. In rural areas, economic activities are often dominated by agriculture and traditional industries. Effort to address social stratification often involve providing equal opportunities for skill development and education. Now let us come to question answers, the answers in brief. Explain one factor influencing the distribution of economic activities based on social context and gender role is the level of income. Describe the impact of urban-rural divide on the economic opportunities and activities in different areas. The impact of urban and rural has a great impact on the income group or the economic opportunities, because in urban areas we have more growth available, we have people, we have more technology available, we have more job opportunities available as compared to rural area, which is only and only dependent on agriculture or manual labor or farming. Now discuss one consequence of income and wealth disparity in a society and suggest a possible solution. One consequence of income and wealth disparity can basically erode the social cohesion and can create less economic growth in that particular country. Now, to help cater to this situation, we should provide equal education and skill training to everyone, which can plug in this gap. How does the level of education and skill development influence the distribution of economic activities in a locality? The level of education can help provide you better job opportunities, which will definitely help you earn more and contribute to the great economic curve, right? But in case you are not educated, not skilled, or you are just then you are basically involved into jobs which involve manual labor, so you are contributing less to the economy. Now let's come to the next question. Explain the role of technology and research institution in shaping economic activities in the region. Technology plays a great role in shaping the country's economic activity, because with the advent of technology, with the advent of more technological advancement, people are able to get in a lot of money, and their level of living is better as compared to people who are technophobic, or who don't have those facilities available. Now let's come to question answers in details. Discuss the impact of income and wealth disparity on overall well-being of a society. Suggest potential measure to address these disparity. Agar na, in case income and wealth disparities are there, the major problem which the country or that which a particular country faces is the eroding of social cohesion. There's a disparity between rich and there's a disparity between poor. So there is erosion of the cohesion between people. Social cohesion is not there. Second problem is it promotes political polarization. Third, it lowers down the economic growth of that particular country. Now, how can we plug in these gaps? We can plug in these gaps by providing equal opportunities to education, right? By providing equal access to basic facilities, by fixing a minimum wage of people, by helping in progressive taxation. So these are the ways by which we are able to cater to these kind of disparities. Evaluate the influence of gender roles on the distribution of economic activities, particularly in the context of India. Discuss the implication for women's empowerment. Now in India, the jobs historically were actually based on gender discrimination. There was a lot of gender discrimination, because of which it affected the roles. So the females were basically made to take care of the household and the child care, while the men were into great jobs. So this was creating a lot of gender discrimination. But with passage of time, now people are realizing that women empowerment will help people make the country go, because women, when educated and skilled, can contribute equally to the country's growth. So a lot of projects are done by government, so that the women are skilled, they can contribute to the economic growth of the country. How does the urban rural divide contributes to income inequality? Propose a strategy to bridge this gap and promote inclusive economic growth. If we talk of the urban and a rural divide, it has a great disparity. If we talk of the economic activities, the rural areas are basically dependent on agriculture, farming, or rearing of the cattle, while the urban areas provide a lot of opportunities to grow economically. Second, in rural areas, we do not have great technological advancements available, which is easily available in the urban areas, right? In urban areas, we have a diverse population who is actually involved in high paying jobs, while in rural areas, this kind of social stratification is not seen. And to promote inclusive economic growth, the farmers in the rural areas can be well equipped with technology, can be people, all the people in urban areas should be provided with equal opportunities to basic facilities. They should be provided funds by the government so that they can cater to the easy technological access to all the new and latest things, and there is no burden on their shoulders to understand how they can contribute to the economically better society. So this is all about the chapter in which we have studied about the income activities. I hope you had great time learning. Happy learning.